Okay, we stop with Mazoku, another devil or whatever, Japanese. Um, the name M.A. devil suggests that they are meant to threaten humans' existence or defile the gods, while Zoku, Z-O-K-U, tribe, clan, family, indicates that they are a family. M.A.O., the term derived from Mazuku, suggests a king, ruler, that rules the Mazuku. You know, that sounds like some of the, in the Book of the Dead. That's what it sounds like. Okay. Let's see where I stopped at. Okay, one more. Let me see. Oh, I didn't read the God Beds. Let me read him right quick. Okay, this is an Egyptian god or devil. Okay. B-E-S. I should have showed y'all a picture first. But he is the protector of Egypt. Demon god, Bed's protector of Egypt. So they don't look at it like that. Egyptian gods, and it is usually the sun god Ra, Anubis, god of the dead, or the goddess Isis that spring to mind. But in ancient Egypt, there were other types of gods that were much closer to the everyday lives of the Egyptians. The most important of these gods was Bes. This special Bes demon god, protector of Egypt, offers visitors an opportunity to meet the little deity Bes, who in ancient Egypt protected people against all imaginable illnesses. As a special activity, children and their adults can listen to a radio program about him. Bez will be in the studio playing songs about all the different things he is able to do. Bez is easily recognizable. He is short, stumpy legs, has a tongue pokes out of his mouth. We've seen them images, especially in the Hindu and stuff. His beard resembles a lion's mane, and he has a feather ornament on his head. Bez was printed in people's lives at all levels of ancient Egypt society. In the homes of both pharaohs and slaves, he provided protection against diseases, took care of pregnant women and frightened children, prevented snake bites, and had the power to scare away all enemies. Invites visitors into Bed's universe where magic and the belief that good demons can ward off all kinds of evil are a natural part of life. So we've been looking at it wrong, right? I don't know, yeah. It takes us to Egypt homes where beds played an indispensable role in everyday life. There was a huge risk of death in the childbirth, and the rate of infant mortality was high. Beds offered protection against everything, so he was present everywhere in the homes in ancient Egypt, on beds and headrests, on cosmic counter containers and mirrors, and on so-called beds, jars, and magic wands. Ain't that something? A part of the exhibition has been made into a listening room where children and their adults, besides listening to radio with beds, are encouraged to discover some of the bed's different characteristics. Uh, okay, so that was interesting. Let me see. Let me see. Show y'all how he looks. Okay. Now this is supposed to be how bears look. Okay, now he's eating people. So I don't know what's going on, y'all. Bears gave the Christian devil his looks. So they say he was good, and they got him depicted here as evil. Okay, so I don't know, y'all, what's really going on. There's a picture of the book of Satan they found. Remember that picture? Another other Satan's. I guess that's when he fell, supposedly, the devil. And of course, devils again. And it's supposed to be the Egyptian god bears again. Look more like a Roman to me. And then we got horned deities. God bears again. I'm trying to make it see him, but he's got like children in his mouth, yeah. So what are they trying to scare us over here? That to make sure we think everything is evil, is bad. Everything that's not the way you think is bad. You know what I'm saying? If you think out the box, then you're a bad person. So I don't know. Anyway, what else was I gonna say? Oh yeah. And let me see. Did I already do him? They did it again. They took away one of my things. Let me see if they took this one already. I did copy this one, so that was good. Did I already do it? Yeah, I'm glad I did copy them. Okay, we're talking about Set. Okay, the Egyptian god Set. Now, okay, remember they say he was so bad. Okay, like I say, maybe because his wife, uh, he was Egyptian god of war, chaos, and storms, brother of Osiris, Isis, and Horus, the elder, uncle to Horus the younger, and brother husband to Nephthys, Nephthys. His other consort was the goddess Taweret, a hippo-headed deity who perceives over fertility and childbirth. He is one of the first five gods created by the union of Gab, earth, and Nut, sky, after creation of the world. His name is usually translated as instigator of confusion and destroyer, and he was associated with disorder, foreign lands, and people, and the red color red. So if he was chaos, that means he was the one that formed the world, right? From the whole universe. He is sometimes depicted as a red-haired beast with a forked tail, and curving hooves, or shaggy red dog-like beast known as a shy, or the modern-day scholars' set animal, which some scholars claim was modern breed, while others shekel modern breed, while others maintain was a pure mythical creature. Okay, so other symbols were giraffe, hippo, crocodile, tortoise, though he was primarily associated with the serpent, lord of this desert, the ruler of the south, as he was originally a god of Upper Egypt, the south, and the barren lands beyond Egypt's border. In the early dynastic period of Egypt, he was important and god of Upper Egypt, whose name was invoked for love spells and inscribed on amulets, which served as love charms. So he did witchcraft and stuff, but it was for good. He was also deity who saved the sun god Ra from the serpent Apophis, Apollos, an evil creature who tried to stop the sun god's journey through the night sky toward dawn. Okay. It was said that each night, uh, Apollos, whatever, Apophis, hypnotized Ra and the tarnished who sailed with him, except for the god Set, who resisted the serpent's deadly stare and thrust him a great spear. In doing so, Set assured that the sun would rise the next morning. Set was also seen as the benefactor who helped the people in life and provided for them after death. But by the time of the New Kingdom, he came to be best known as the first murderer who killed his older brother Osiris to reign over the world, and then tried to murder Osiris' son Horus. So is that the Cain and Abel story? Just saying, y'all. To the Greeks, he was associated with Typhoon, the god monster who challenged the might of Zeus and was hurled into Tartarus. Preciously why, perceivably why Set's attributes and image changed from a hero god to the enemy of order and justice is unknown. But by the time Osiris' myth became popular during the New Kingdom, Set's transformation was complete. He was still invoked by common people and pharaohs for assistance, however, and his name is evident of that rulers such as Seti I. Okay. Although his wife, he was associated with his sister with foreign goddesses such as the warrior goddess Anna, A-N-A-T from Syria, Astarte, the Queen of Heaven. It is thought that he represented the dry and barren desert lands and distant territories outside of Egypt as contrast, and Osiris and Horus, who symbolize the fertility of the Nile River Valley. Okay, and they're showing where he murdered his brother. Okay, so I'm trying to see what's really going on. I don't know. Okay, and the rebirth is got to do with Osiris. Isis putting her husband's body back together after Set killed his brother and dismembered his body and threw it all over the place. So her and her sister got together with Horus and found his body all except for his penis, and he couldn't become whole and come back to life because of his penis, so he was assigned to the underworld. But she still went over him and found a way through, what does it say? Once Iris had put Osiris back together, she found he was incomplete. His penis had been eaten by the fish and could not be retrieved. Isis was still able to return her husband to life, but since Osiris was incomplete, he could no longer rule over the living and would have to descend to the underworld. Isis transformed herself into a kite, a falcon, and flew around his body, drawing his seed into her body and becoming pregnant with the god Horus. Oh, it wasn't Horus, I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes referred to as Horus the Young. Osiris then went to the underworld where he became Lord of the Dead and Judge of Souls. So wouldn't Osiris be the devil or Satan if he went to the underworld? It's different levels. I had a dream since I've been on my quest, and I had a dream of seeing different levels, and one level I was at, if there was a level, I'm not even sure, because after I left this other level, it was light, and the person had like a scepter in his hand or whatever they call that, and he was pointing it at something. but he didn't have any face. He didn't have any head really, but it was like it was in black and white, and it was like they like you would draw like almost the image of a face, but you didn't complete it. Just the sides, it was like in dots form on the side. It was weird, y'all. So I've tried, being brave and not afraid. So I'm like, okay. Then I went to another. I was taken to. I was there. Astro travel or what? They say your dreams are the real you. Then I went to this dark place, and it was it wasn't demons or nothing like that. You know how they used to bring the slaves or people that workers out to the fields? It was this truck with like a wooden back. You could lean against the back on the back of the truck, and it was this lady, and she was out. They had tore up her face, and she had like it was like a big gouge on the right side of her face, and it was open like they had took a knife or something. And the other side you couldn't really see. It was dark, like she might have been hiding that side. And she was in black, and me and her looked dead at each other. I mean, dead at each other. That the eye that was out, it was one eye, and it was on the right side. And we looked at each other. Then she turned away. She was sitting on there. I don't know how I was or what I was or whatever. Then after that, I guess to show me who she was, it was a picture appeared of her with an afro and a pretty dress on that fitted her very well. She was kind of hung over and smiling. And the dress, I'll never forget the dress. The dress was a cream colored dress. And it, like I said, showed her figure very well. And I'm still trying to see if there was somebody calling me from, um, I don't think it was the underworld. I think it was maybe when they kidnapping people or something and turn them sex slaves or something. Maybe she rebelled a lot where they tore up her face. I'm not sure. I went through the missing persons file trying to find her. I found some images of her, but I don't want to give people false hope of some of the images that I found. But that was just something to me, y'all. It was like, you know, I don't know. I was just talking to my grandson about the gifts that people can get, so-called superpowers that you can have that help. Some people help the police, and they can, get criminals and stuff. And I read. I think I told y'all about. Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, and then another strange thing is when I dream. My daughter is that I showed y'all her art. If y'all looked on the other signs, she's drawing what I'm seeing when I was explaining about the no face man. Except she drawed that, and then the girl I was talking about, like, she came show me a picture. She drawed with the person is dreadlock, but it was more like an afro type. But she said it was a guy. She put the Adam's apple to maintain he was a guy, but it had no face. It was like, I don't know what's going on, y'all. Oh, I was saying about the other gifts. It was some people that reached their highest potential, and they studied their birth chart, and they studied, like I was telling y'all about what it says to study, have to study the whole birth chart. Matter of fact, my daughter done bought me this for Christmas, so I'm trying to understand my birth chart and go one at a time. And they were so powerful that the beings would get them and the government together, and they would power spaceships. That's how much energy they had accumulated. I don't know what they did, but I know I did on my quest of finding out about, like I just said, and what you came here to do and stuff like that. So that was pretty powerful. But I don't want to say that this is exactly the girl, y'all, but somewhat of her that I seen in the picture. Very beautiful girl. This girl is missing. I don't know if she's back or not. Missouri. Um, but I don't know. It was just weird to me, and I felt like, oh my goodness, I wanted to help, but I didn't know the first of where she was, or if she would tell me even more. Uh, I don't know. It was so strange. But yeah, so that's my quest, trying to find stuff and who I am and what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. So I was saying about everything that I mentioned. This is my little 2 cents. Are they all just consciousness of us, of thought, to reach our highest heights in our ascension? Each time we grow to another mindset of facing ourselves, our real selves, we go through different stages, like numerology suggests, 1 through 9, right? Whatever, beginning, end, stages, cycles, dimensions, to go where we need to be. Like it says, to study your own self, birth chart, and know thyself so you can ascend to the next level, wherever that is. Is it for you? Okay, whatever that is for you, okay? Remember in another video I talked about that one of the chakras said Earth is just a learning experience. We are supposed to move on. Being responsible for our own actions, because everything was made from the divine source. That means we are just as powerful as any being in the cosmos and could do the same as them or better to reach eternity, because we made from all of them, right? Eternity, our ancestors, ascended masters, divine, infinity, you know? Could all this be trickery to keep your mind confused and controlled so you won't realize this or afraid to even think this is possible? So many things are hidden, but are they hidden in you also? Are they hidden in you also? Um, is it true that if you don't finish your assignment, destiny, you have to repeat? And if you were not even trying to ask questions to see what's really going on, just enjoy yourself, don't care. You will come not remembering what you did, so you can't when you come back, okay? So you start over again. Who wants to do that? Just so many answers, but if you're not asking the questions, how would you know? Do you or have you tried the Akashic records of you, or the world records, or even a universal records to see what it says? We need to get answers, because just this past year alone should make you question everything. The so-called Jesus, Buddha, whatever, or any religious names, they didn't come. Okay, the, the they say they'll make holograms of it, and aliens gonna come back and put people back in slavery, blah blah blah. In the Book of the Dead, okay, a lot of that stuff I read in the Book of the Dead, just like it says in the Book of the Dead, okay. I think, what is it? Just like I think they filled our minds with so many stories, and we look for that because they know how powerful our mind is. Made us weak, where we depend on others and things to always help us. Not knowing how powerful, they say we can even get to the point where we can call in whatever we want. This is supposed to be Aquarius. Age of Aquarius is supposed to be the age where you don't have to move around. You could call it with your mind. You can ascend to another level and call things to you. You don't have to go out. This is what they want us to study while keeping us in the house, huh? The good people, the good evil, okay? Not seeing how we can do things for ourselves. Um, Things, beings, humans, I think, are put on in place to make sure you be afraid to try something new for their agenda. I've come to the point where I say, why do I continually let others dictate my life? How are they so powerful than me? They all who are trying to guide, control me, failed at some point and made mistakes. So why would I keep following them when I do the same? I'm just on a quest to see what truth really is, okay? I'll just put a little quote, just like in New Testament, and make you question again Jesus, okay? It says, name him Emmanuel. Why would they name him Jesus, okay? And Jesus, they brought people here on the Jesus ship, slaves. Then in Latin, Jesus means dirty pig. And then on top of that, while the people they picked to be the images of him, if you do the history of these people, they were rapers, murderers. You know what I'm saying? Just did all kind of horrible things. And this is supposed to be someone that you supposed to be have the image of in your face. Okay. And then they got all colors of them. That's keeping racism alive, like I said. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. Just babbling, but that's your girl Ruth signing off. That's my thoughts and on my quest. So would you like, subscribe, share, and comment? Give me y'all views. What I did wrong, say wrong, how you feel, whatever. Whatever. All right, love y'all. Take care. All right, bye.